China, Yingsha!
Well, that nearly took the roof off the Infinity Arena there. Yingsha, the world #1, is back here defending women's singles champion at Singapore Smash after she took the title for the second time last year. A 4 times singles champion at WTT Grand Smash level. She is the player to beat. But she's up against somebody who she did indeed beat in the semi-finals at Europe Smash Sweden 2025. However, you might argue a case for Chen Yi based on the form she has shown this week. Again, of course, remember, best of 7 games should we need them in this semi-final, with the final to take place this evening. WTT head-to-head is not entirely in favor, though, of Yingsha, because there was famously the 3-1 victory for Chen Yi in the round of 16 in Las Vegas at the US Smash 2025 that caused shockwaves around the world of table tennis. And that really announced as much as anything that the 21-year-old has risen to the elite level as we meet Patricia Liu, the umpire for this one. She'll just conduct the coin toss, and then some thoughts on this latest meeting of these 2 Chinese stars.
Ladies, I have red, black. Red for Chen, black for Sun. Red, Chen, you win the toss. Serve, which end?
Red and black has done its thing. Joe Retijak's with me for this one. Joe, can you argue a case for Chen Yi? It's so hard to argue against Yingsha in any context whatsoever.
Of course. But to land some damage on Yingsha, you have to have power. You have to be able to change rhythms of rallies. And Chen Yi can definitely do this. As we take a closer look, though, at the most dominant female on the planet in our sport. The world #1, 25 years old. That forehand, that is her trademark. So much power. As we see the route through.
Yeah, Orowan Paranang's been in good form lately. She beat the Thai 3-1. Same for the Romanian veteran Samara, 3-1 there. Cheshire Niao, always a difficult customer to come across, 3-1. And then Hina Hayata's been playing some fantastic table tennis. Took it to an hour-long match there last night before coming through 4-2. So Chen Yi will be looking to capitalize on any vulnerability there might be in maybe semi-finals and finals. Doesn't happen very often for Yingsha, but at 21 and a world ranking of 8, her next conversation really is about those maybe in 3rd and 4th place and whether or not she can rise that high in the rankings. Her form this week has been impressive. Polkanova, a difficult opponent in the round of 64, and then Lin Chen riding a wave of home support, was beaten in straight games. Honoka Hashimoto can cause problems for anyone on her day, but the chopper was dispatched 3-love. And how about that for a statement win? Did anyone say changing of the guard? Chen Xintong was beaten in straight games. Now, this was the result, Joe, that we all saw happen in Vegas, and that really announced the arrival of Chen Yi in the really big time, didn't it?
Yeah, she was fantastic on the day. Really took control of rallies, and Yingsha was making uncharacteristic errors.
11,
but it was Chen Yi, yeah,
match, Chen,
who had a fantastic US smash and got the victory 3-1.
So that was their last meeting at Grand Smash level. Obviously, subsequent to that, we had a Europe Smash victory as well for Yingsha. So they've traded blows. 73% goes with Yingsha. Yep, that's pretty much par for the course whenever she takes to the table. In a moment, I'll get you unpack some of the tactical aspects of this match, in particular, what Chen Yi's been doing so very well against some high-caliber opponents. But there's also an occasion.
Chen yourself, love all.
And an atmosphere. And it's going to be electric. When Chen Yi came down that ramp, in many ways it was a case of controlled aggression. It's going to have to be that way today, isn't it? She can't just be passive against Shasha.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, neither of them can. that was noticeable, Xia. We mentioned the loss at the US Smash. A month later, they met in the Europe Smash. And Xia was a lot more aggressive. She was taking the ball early. She was forcing Chen Yi into a speed game of reactions and recovery.
When we were watching Chen Yi yesterday, you spoke about the fact that for a big, tall, long-limbed player, she's very economical in her movement. She's going to have to be, because there's none better than Xia at getting the ball back to you quicker than you really want it.
Exactly, yeah. Forcing you. Yeah, Chen Yi does it very, very well. She plays like a shorter athlete, and that's a compliment. She recovers incredibly well, has brilliant balance. But what I love about her game and what her difference maker is when she takes the ball slightly later, she takes a slight step off and uses those bigger strokes. She has a real power advantage over the majority of the world. And it's that mixture between plan A and plan B that she's got to bring to the table here.
But so far, so very good for Xia. Eases to a comfortable lead at the start of this first game, looking as warmed up, prepared, efficient, relaxed, all the things that she needs to be.
We saw it time and time again with Xia. Hinayata was hitting rockets. Sunyin was just absorbing them and forcing her to play another. It's that quick play early before the peak of the bounce. So the ball bounces, off the table comes up. Most people like to try and contact it when it's at its highest, at the peak of the bounce. But Sunyin takes it early.
On the up.
Yeah, exactly.
No flash, please.
Chen Yi could do with a point here. There's another side story always to any Xia outing, which is crowd control. So that's a fact they'll have to not allow to distract them.
Yeah. Just so good is Xia. Similar to the previous match where Winter was cracking forehands and Won Yu just knew when to keep the bat high and use the pace on the ball into the open space. It's a game of recovery right now for Chen Yi. Yes, hit the ball hard, but you have to recover as quickly as you possibly can.
A cacophony of noise for Xia, and she's winning by 5.
The balance of Xia, of Sunyin to come in short forehand to this, to step out and keep your weight forward and just rip a backhand. Power of both wings is stunning from the world number 1.
Chen Yi's going to have to keep calm here, because this is not the dream start. This is almost a nightmare start for her. Just can't seem to make any kind of inroads. And she's just fueling this start that Xia has made. She'll stay serene. Yingsha, she'll cast a glance across the net every now and then. And what she's seeing is an opponent just looking to get into that rhythm, into that groove, start firing a few of those big weapons she has at her.
Left. 9-2.
And she moves to 8 game points. It's been a bit of a stroll if ever anything's easy at this level, this is exactly the start that Sun Yingsha would have wanted. Right from the get-go, she's just looked calm and on top of things.
Super aggressive.
Set. 2-10. Let 2-10. Let 2-10.
Been here before, haven't we? Still 8 game points, by the way. Oh, it was to add to the tension. After 3 lets, a ball change. Might say she's delaying the inevitable. Indeed, there it is. Game 1, Xia. She'll have sterner challenges, and Chen Yi will hope that there will be a sterner challenge to come. But that was a very one-sided first game in this second semi-final. These two vying for the right to take on Wang Wanyu in the Singapore Smash 2026 final this evening. But the Xia legions of fans, well, they're happy enough the way this is going so far. She cruises to the first. As we wait for the players to head back for the second game, let's just remind you what they're playing for here. For a place in the final, $50,000 the reward, and then that doubles if you go ahead this evening and win Singapore Smash 2026. $100,000, the same for the women and the men. Equal prize pot, and they're all sharing, remember, $1.55 million in the kitty here in Singapore.
Stop. No flash, please. Love all. One love.
So Chen Yi coming out aggressive, trying to hunt the half-long forehand. I actually wonder if we're going to see from her a slower, spinnier, more topspin approach. Yeah. It's incredibly dangerous because she has to recover quick, because Sun Yingsha will look to counter it. But that mix of pace, that slowing down, could do her some good here. But she's just getting munched up by the world number 1.
Problem as well for her is she's got no coach to turn to either. She's playing against a fellow Chinese player, so no coaches on the benches. And after such a difficult first game, that will have caused her a bit of angst, you can be sure.
1-2.
Chen Yi is an extremely intelligent and now very experienced player, but you know, you could all do with a bit of help sometimes, particularly after such a tough first game. Again, mentioned this earlier on, this perhaps an argument that if she breaks things up a bit, she can stop the flow for Xia, but it could work the other way as well, because really Chen Yi needs to get into some kind of rhythm.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening right now because she's not being allowed to.
Yeah. Perfect placement on the long serve. Received from Sun Yingsha. Look at that. Right into that body, into the right elbow. Just tucks you up.
3-2.
But that time, a good response from Sun Yi. to the crossover shot.
She'll have enjoyed that. Actually, a difficult ball to handle as well. She did well there. Just a few green shoots of hope, maybe, for her.
Yeah, the flatter, aggressive shots, and she finds space out to the left of Xiaoxia's body. It's a wonderful point. But it is those changes of pace.
Is that the third ball change? We're fairly early on in this match, right?
But it's the change of pace, I think, for Chen that could give her some joy here. Either the speeding up or the slowing down, and the mixture of both. The more she plays this kind of shorter, more compact rallies, that just favors the world number one. Crowd erupts, and rightly so. Xiaoxia dropping the knees, dropping the level off this ball that flicks off the net at her. This one. And then hooking with side spin out to the space.
What an athlete she is. She's a pocket rocket, absolutely pounding that.
She's so strong. Strong in the core, strong in the legs.
And after that run of 3 straight points for Chen, Yingsha's just got herself back in front again, winning the last 2. She's been more comfortable in this game, certainly in the center of the table. That was that drop down in the levels that she's so good at. Very quick into that forehand.
Yeah. Hits it flatter as well, drives through the ball. That change of pace just catches people by surprise.
Set. 5-all. Stop. Clear. Clear. Stop.
Flash.
Please turn off the flash.
Yeah, the audience is just policing it themselves, which is good to see. Nothing put Xiaoxia off, no distractions.
No, she just decimated this half-long serve. It drifted off the end of the table. She doesn't need a lot of room to be able to unleash that forehand.
Much tighter. It was one-way traffic in the first game, and as those fans shrieking their support of Xiaoxia are telling you, that typically happens when they sense that she's got a challenge on her hands, which she does in this game.
You just feel it in these rallies where Xiaoxia's just content to put good quality on the ball, to keep contacting it before the peak of bounce, and it's on Chen to try and change something, change pace, change location, change the spin.
7-all.
But there's been a few uncharacteristic mistakes in the short game of Xiaoxia. And we're at 7-all now. So there's got to be either a short serve, double bouncing on the table, or long aggressive, because Xiaoxia hunted the last one that drifted off the end.
7-8.
Well, the length and a bit of misfortune undoing Chen Yi. Again, we've seen just a little bit more expansiveness from the 21-year-old in this game.
Yeah, it's when she ups the pace in the rally, it's frightening how quick and how flat she hits the ball. She's incredibly accurate as well.
But you never really get away from Xia. No. Always just comes back with the right response.
The width on these two shots from Chen Yi. Watch this one, so wide, and then find width the other way. Two serves of her own now as well at 9-all.
It's a chance, and you wouldn't have given her much chance at the end of the first game. And now it turns into a very substantial chance. It's only one, but it's a game point to level things up here.
This is what I love about Xia. Look, just slow the game down. Yeah. You're going to wait for me, kid. Such a mental game out here. So good, such deception. Yingsha comes in light as a feather, looks like it's going to go short and just fires it long.
And even with the adjustment, you could see she was taken aback. Juice. Another chance, though, for Chen Yi. And again, serving. Just see what Xia does in terms of preparation now.
Yeah, does she come in with the backhand on this receive? Because they've been going kind of short, middle-ish to the table. Does she try and attack it? She doesn't, she waits. She drops it short herself. And then attacks on the fourth shot of the rally with a beautiful backhand.
So that's 2 game points dropped now. A chance is gone for Chen Yi, and suddenly you see the pressure just beginning to shift to that side of the table.
Yingsha's dragging Chen Yi in on a right foot and then away from the table.
And now she herself has game point to strike what would be potentially a decisive blow here, because she's had a glimpse of what might be Chen Yi. Is it going to be snatched away from her?
Do you do the same thing again if you're Xia? Do you try and bring Chen Yi over the table on her right foot and then force her back really quick? Serve is so deceptive because
it's an unheralded part of the Chen Yi game, isn't it?
Absolutely. It hasn't got a massive amount of motion on it. There's not a big kind of movement after the ball to try and disguise it. But it's obviously loaded. You can see it kick once it bounces on the table. And if Xia puts it in the net...
Well, you know it's been a good serve.
Yeah.
What a weapon to have, 12-all.
Just wonder, do we see the long fast?
Look at them. She has time and time again come up with something that maybe Chen Yi wasn't expecting.
Yeah. Again, she's just forcing her into a battle of recovery time. Can you play the first shot, recover and play a good second shot?
Serving to save a game point.
for a reason.
One step ahead, and look at that reaction. She was challenged in a way she hasn't been challenged yet in this match, and look at the delight from the fans. She goes 2 up, and she's the calmest person in the building. So as the atmosphere just goes from frenzied to febrile inside the arena, let's just take a little look. Over the last 6 months, who have been the champions? Right, that was Sun Yingsha and champions Macau. But you know what's amazing? With the rise of Wang in particular, in terms of her smash credentials, finals credentials, only one WTT series title for Xia. That might do 2 things. Firstly, galvanize her, say, okay, by my standards, I need to do better. But again, it might just give, should she get through, might just give Wang Manyu even more encouragement. I'm the form player in the big ones, the finals.
I will say, in fairness to Xia, obviously carried an injury in Hong Kong, which definitely at that level makes a difference.
Of course.
But she looks fired up here, doesn't she? In the way she's playing the game.
Chen has to put that aside now, has to put it behind her. She had chances, she had game points, and in the end, she just came up against the genius of Xia. But she must believe, best of 7, remember, there's still a lot of table tennis left in this match. But that might be easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because there's no way Xia's dropping her standards and levels.
Knows it was a good shot, but just to the wrong locations, and he mimicking that she's going to try and play it up backhand.
So many times has she been given that a little hurry up into the body on the backhand, taken by surprise.
Oh yeah, Xia's done this time and time again. There'll be a brilliant compilation of this throughout all her matches at Singapore Smash. Deadly fast serve, and then just full send on the next attack.
1-3.
That's a better one from Chen. But importantly, she moved Xia to her left-hand side before opening up the space on the forehand.
2 perfectly executed shots. You very rarely get 2 in a row against the world #1. How easy does she make this one down the line on the backhand?
Just so simple, it looks like, but it's not. Barely any backlift. Use the pace that's on the ball. Don't break the wrist and just play it up the line. Oh, it's a taxi. Oh, wow.
You'd have to explain that one.
Yeah. So when you fire a serve up the line, at least in England we call it ringing the taxi, because you need one to get home. It's a good adjustment though from Chen. Served a lot short middle, a lot to the backhand. That's a highlight reel on its own, that one.
She needs a few more of them.
There's the fast serve into the kill.
The comeback is almost inevitable, and it's perfect.
And the thing is, with the side spin, with the amount of side spin that Chen Yingsha puts on that serve, you attack it, but that drags the ball into that center line, that middle of the table, which is exactly where she's ready and waiting for it. And then mixes it up this time. Dead short to the forehand. A serving masterclass on those 2.
See the movement on that service as well. A lot of action on the ball. She's serving at 60.8% success rate. Chen Yi below 30.
3-6.
So simply put, she's serving twice as well as her opponent. She's comfortably on top in this 6-3 and 2-love up.
It's just so hard to build a game plan to play against Sun Yingsha. You can bring her in short and push her long, but the balance is so good. The adjustments she makes in the feet, perfectly balanced. You don't get any cheap points off her.
7-4. Play.
And that was a wicked return from Chen. She butchered it with backspin. Xia recognized it and just lifted it with everything she had. Look. So spinny, so deep on the table. She just doesn't make the kind of mistakes that the rest of the world do. She forces you to have to hit 5, 6 world-class shots per rally.
Because she's so rock solid in defense. Look at the adjustment. Then she just twiddles it there. Comfortable as you like. So secure.
Yeah. This is why she does all the work in the gym that we see. Is to stay balanced in the core, mid-rally.
She's also so good. Just a little step around there, the anticipation.
Yeah.
She knew what was coming.
Yeah, big backswing and you're terrified of the power, and then nope. Just uses the feeling, rolling the ball.
6 game points for a 3-love lead, which would be commanding.
10-5.
Another net.
But she's made of stern stuff, is Chen.
Yeah.
She's fighting here.
You just feel like in those rallies, Xiao's just in such control that it's going to take a big shot to get past her, or some kind of flick of the net or edge. It's on Chen to try and find that difference maker.
7-10.
It's another point. So 3 in a row, but she's still staring at 3 game points.
Sun.
Once again, we'll let the fans announce the story for you, and that story is that she is now just 1 game away from a place in another Singapore Smash final. Sun Yingsha soaking up all that Chen Yi has to throw at her and delighting the fans along the way. And 11-7 in the third. Would you look at that spin? What a great shot. What a great angle. Xia doing Xia things. Meanwhile, Truls Muruga doing Trulsy things. As he's got Malta giving him a little bit of a back rub there. Truls Muruga, who had an outstanding 2025, but he comes up against a man who's had an outstanding 2026 thus far, Lim Linru of Chinese Taipei. This is going to be one for the technical purists, for those who like the table tennis to come with a bit of skill, flair, panache even. That is going to be a fabulous match up next. thought about it, Xia, then probably weighed out the greater good of letting a point go.
There's another fantastic backhand from Chen, up in the pace. What a receive.
She couldn't have walked over and placed that ball any better. I mean, Xia nearly got it back, but that's back-to-back points now. Well, how about this? When was the last time we saw 3 in a row? Probably, yeah. She saved 3 game points, didn't she, last game, but it was already gone by then. This is what she needs at the start of the 4th.
Oh, it must have just caught the edge of the table. I heard it hit the leg.
No. They've given the point to Chen Yi. Well, that won't tell us. Did she challenge?
1-3.
Oh, she gave her the point. Well played, Chen Yi. Chen Yi, I think, has just showed some sportsmanship there and said, yeah, it's yours. Back to business.
She just serves this ball out here, knowing that if you attack it with the backhand, Sun Yingsha is going to pressure you so fast to move to your left. Notice just a little bit more time taken by Xia on that serve. Again, just the mental games. You're going to wait for me in this high-pressure moment. I'm in control of it. Subtle.
That's why she's the boss.
Definitely a weapon she uses.
Whole of the Chinese contingent. Tong Tong on the right there, drifting across. You can see coaches and players alike. Of course, we've seen the youth players in action, in youth smash action here today.
4-3.
Of course, it's China against China in this semi-final, and it will be whichever way this one turns out, China against China in the final.
Oh, a bit of Sun Yingsha to Sun Yingsha. Chen Yi firing the long fast serve and just full commitment on the 3rd ball. It's a lovely mix-up from Chen Yi. It's going to need more of that.
Three-point lead. Did that catch the table? Or down? Chen Yi claimed it.
Sounded like an edge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, she gave one back earlier. That one she claimed. Oh. Chen Yi's reaction tells you the story there. She was all at sea. Pinned by Xia.
Yeah, so Chen Yi has made a good adjustment. When the ball gets played to a crossover, she's now playing the backhand to it. But Sun Yingsha has started to recognize that, plays the ball there as a trap, moves Chen Yi to her right-hand side, and then fires it back the other way.
4-8.
She's given herself a chance here, leading by 4 in a must-win 4th game, if she's to stay alive here at Singapore Smash 2026.
Good though, we're seeing character.
Her Jia also looking on here. All those familiar faces, we've seen them in action, and now, of course, it's a supporting brief for Team China. Shots. Barely moved.
Yeah, flick of the net from Chunyi again. Flicked off the hand, I think, of Xia. But again, it's those changes of pace. I know there's a little bit of luck with it. But Chunyi's starting to...
A little reminder there. She just swayed a little bit there.
Yeah, knew exactly what spin was on the ball, how much. And again, that core strength, just leans back and then perfectly balanced to come back over the table in case it came back.
Ten, 5.
10-5. Now's the chance. Had her chances in game 2. Chunyi, seems a long time ago now. Squandered those chances. Must take these. And she does.
5. Game
To almost silence inside the Infinity Arena. Xia is human after all. She's finally pierced in terms of her defense, which has been so solid here. Breached by Chunyi, but it's still a commanding position for the world #1. Chunyi, however, will set her sights on the biggest fight back of her career. Take a little look, shall we, here, as we see some significant topspin imparted by Chunyi. But Joe, what's she been doing differently? What's she been doing right that's got her back into this?
Yeah, a lot of the balls that have been going to a crossover, she was leaning early in this match, playing the forehand. This time now, she's playing with the backhand, and she's firing it back into the backhand of Xia, covering that backhand ground. You can see, I think for Chunyi, it's been a brilliant adjustment to cover that crossover. I think from Xia, you might see her start to play to Chunyi's wide backhand now. So to her left-hand side, really wide outside the left foot to set up then the rest of the table for the kill.
Nicely explained, sir. But if there's one thing we do know, Xia will have a comeback.
But impressed though with Chunyi, she showed character out here. There's a bit of a swagger now, there's a bit of a chest out.
It's always the way with table tennis, isn't it? She's had a chance to go away and process now, Xia. So what does Chunyi do? Does she double down on what she's been doing?
You have to. You have to keep trying to take risks. Keep trying to mix the pace.
She's punchy, she's pugnacious, she just keeps coming at you. And with a slice of fortune along the way, Xia was not to be denied.
Oh, wow. What a serve receive. Committed, got the feet there early, shoulders over the ball and just swung through it.
Perfect. She's so cute. So's that.
Just another stunning rally You can see Yingsha just happy to hold ground and force Chen Yi to cover wide forehand, wide backhands. Has been there a few times. It's beautiful. Yingsha again knows if she hacks this with backspin, her serve receive, the only option for Chen Yi is for a slower topspin ball.
And she's right there on top of the bounce, as you said, all along, giving him no time. It's notable that the fans got louder over the last few minutes, Joe, here, and that typically happens when Xiaxa's under threat, as she has been.
Yeah, they're recognizing that Xiaxia needs some help here. This is a definite battle.
Yeah, there they are, getting a little carried away. And as much as she'll welcome the support, and it is incredible support, she knows what she's doing, Xiaxia.
The wide serve right off the side of the table. Come off the t-shirt.
Yes, by the sound of things.
They both reacted instantly. It was a ball, flipped onto the net, onto the t-shirt, onto the bat.
So automatically that ends the point, and it's a one-point game.
5-4.
Not anymore. All square.
This serve from Chen Yi, just heavy back into the forehand. It gives her the opportunity to attack first. Very underrated serve game is Chen Yi.
She goes to that time and time again, and it doesn't let her down.
And then it makes the next one so difficult. If you're Chen Yi, you're so scared about the fast serve coming at you. You then get caught out by the shorter ones. Oh, but she adjusts.
She was ready.
Really well for that one.
6-all. Massive credit to Chen Yi. You know, many players would have crumbled in the face of the way she started this match, but she's grown into it, full of belief.
Once it speeds up into a nice rhythm, Yingsha just has the advantage. Especially if Chen Yi's going to try and play the forehand from here.
The time it takes just means that she's just lagging behind.
Exactly. I wonder if Chen Yi's going to take the backhand off that shot, because Xiaxia's definitely going to try and find it again. If Chen Yi plays the backhand to it, she can actually step with the right foot.
I don't think we've seen Xiaxia change a ball yet, but Chen Yi must have changed about 4, I reckon.
Another net.
Oh. Anguish for the world #1.
Hey, listen, when you play Yingsha, you need the luck to go your way.
Play.
What was that, 3 warnings so far?
Let. 7-4.
Noticeable tactic that she uses.
Yeah.
Makes you feel the weight of the moment.
slowly, surely wins the day. Again, Chen Yi waiting. And waiting patiently to unleash something. Now, tell me this, her knees are down by the ground. She's sort of got on top of that somehow. Look at that position.
It's crazy. The athleticism and the timing as well. That's not easy for a taller athlete to drop down and time that ball.
Stinging from Xia.
Yeah, it's pick your poison at this point. If you push long, you go to the forehand, and she's going to spin it or she's going to rip it, and then the backhand just so good.
Nine all. Huge point, that one, because otherwise it would have put Xia on the brink. But she does now have the service. Let's see how much time she takes over this. See how she's serving as well. Statistically, no, she's going at 50%. So she wins one of these, she gets on the brink. It's come down a bit, hasn't it, her success rate?
They've come closer together, wasn't it? Like 60-30 at one point.
Yeah, you're right. Very early on.
Do we see the long, fast serve again? And the forehand bomber?
Chances are. Oh, she didn't need to.
Just forcing Chen Yi into that recovery battle again.
And it earns her the first and maybe the only match point she'll need. Let's see, she's serving. Not this time. Juice.
Deja vu from the point we saw a few times ago. Chen Yi just hacking it with backspin, waiting for the forehand spin up and then counter.
Remember, she had zero margin for error, Chen Yi there. Speaks to her character. Now she serves. They'll alternate the serves now. Oh, and now frustration for her. Little glance from Xia because it's match point number 2. It's there. Defending champion Yingsha is in another Singapore Smash final. Having cruised through the first game, it was a tussle in the second, and then she looked well in control. 3-1 up before a real battle. A real battling performance from Chen Yi. Pushed her all the way until the class eventually, Joe, of Yingsha was there for all of us to see yet again.
She's just so good. Forcing Chen Yi time and time again to step short on this forehand and then just ripping a backhand cross court. Such power as the world number 1, such power recovery as well.
Delighting the fans. And they could be further delighted this evening if she is able to pick up another Singapore Smash title. So 4-1 the final score.